know. Otherwise, we're just going to hop into our comfortable seat today. And let's take the palms up to receive. So taking the backs of the hands down into the thighs, into the legs, and allowing the eyes to seal shut gently. And just take a breath. Right, as soon as you get here, before you focus on anything else, just take one big breath. And from that breath, we'll take a body scan at our own pace today. So I want you to move your awareness throughout your physical body and to feel out your pockets of tension, your pockets of tightness. So wherever it is you might feel tense, let's take a breath into that region. Maybe 2, 3 breaths, depending on your level of tension. And then move to another part of the body. So again, for the next few moments, we'll be scanning and breathing into tightness at your own pace. And then just check in that you've melted the seat bones into the earth, that there's no tension stored there, and that your jaw is soft, that there's no tension stored there. And then we're going to come to an evening of our breath. So as you inhale, I want you to start from the count of 1, and you're going to count up until you've reached maximum capacity in your lungs. And then on the exhale, you're going to count backwards from the top of that count. So say you inhale for 4 seconds. You would exhale for 3, 2, 1. Okay, now again, everyone's breath is going to be a little different, so I won't be counting with you guys. So just find a natural, even organic breath. And then from that breath, you can release the count and just try to stay nice and even. Now, we as humans are identified as the ego. And we stand in judgment always, usually not even recognizing it. The judgment of others, judgment of ourselves. And that's typically a piece of living in a relative world. Like everything is relative to one another. We compare this to that and that to this. And if this car is better than that car, or my hair is better than your hair, everything is constantly on a scale of comparison. Right? And from this identification, love is really not attainable, right? True divine love. Right? How most of us view love and not intentionally is from a place of need, a place of desire, a place of attachment, which ultimately is a place of ego. Like the need to be loved, to be seen, to be recognized, to be wanted. I mean, this isn't wrong, it's simply human. But it makes our experience as a human incomplete, right? Because we're missing that connection to something greater. And when we make the effort to know ourselves as other than the ego, that's when we're doing the work of true love, of divine love. And meditating and stepping on our yoga mats are ways in which to connect deeper with this truth of what love actually is. We begin to know the essence of ourselves. And from there, it becomes possible to know others as the essence of who they are as well, the truth of who they are. Self, recognizing self. Love given, love received. And this is the true work of being a human. It's coming back home to recognizing that every single being on this planet is a brother or a sister, is made of the same source. Let's take our hands to our heart here and start to cultivate an intention for the practice. And maybe it's to start seeing ways in which you love from a place of need as opposed to loving from a place of divinity. Maybe simply recognizing how much we judge and compare without even recognizing it, because it's just become so embedded in the human life. So maybe today we try to seek out love, divinity within every being, no comparison, when all is perfect. And we'll start the practice here with one Om if you'd like to join in. Full inhale through the nose. And start to open the eyes. And let's extend this right leg out nice and long. If you're following along with music, we can get started on the second song down today. Otherwise, you're just going to scooch the body around a little bit. And we're all going to inhale, take both hands all the way up to the sky. And on the exhale, take this right hand down inside of the right leg. So you can walk it out until you feel nice and comfortable. That's when you're going to extend this left arm up and overhead in line with the ear. So try to pull the left elbow back a little bit to shine your heart just a little bit brighter. And we'll stay for 2 more deep breaths. We're trying to soften into the left side body. So as we reach, we tend to activate those muscles. Now let's try to breathe into them. We've got one more inhale as you are. And then on the exhale, you're going to take the left hand down to where the right hand is. Inhale, take that right hand to the outer edge of the right leg. Open up your heart. And then exhale, we're going to forward fold over this right shin, right thigh, right knee. Just make sure that the toes are drawing in towards the nose and the toes are up to the sky, heel is down to the earth. Let's just take 3 more breaths here, just mindfully and slowly dropping in. Now from this place, we're going to move into stargazer's pose. So just a mild back bend. We'll inhale, reach the hands up, and you're going to cycle this left hand down alongside the left hip. Sweep the right hand up and overhead. Let's kickstand this left heel back, point right toes, and just draw the belly to the sky, heart to the sky. Just stay for a breath, inhale. Now tail end of the exhale, we're going to cycle right back down, sweep both hands up to the sky. And exhale, come down center, so square with the hips. We're going to forward fold today. Now try to disengage the muscles, the left leg and the right leg. And then inhale, walk the hands back in towards you. We're going to bend this right knee, connect the soles of the feet out in front of us. We'll take a couple flutters of the knees, just very soft and mild, nothing too intense. And then we'll drop those knees down, start to trace some circles with the shoulders here. And just accessing a little bit deeper into the muscles surrounding the hips. And then just reverse your circle. Take it back around, changing direction. Good. One more full time around. As we meet back in center, we're going to keep the legs like this and allow gravity to just naturally open the hips as we inhale to a tall spine. Exhale, chin down to the chest. You can keep this grip of the legs, whatever it is. We're going to start to trace a few big head and neck circles. And then just take those around the other way. And one more rotation. And then we're back up in a nice tall spine. We'll extend this left leg out nice and long. So same thing we do on the other side. Just get yourself comfortable, get yourself grounded. We'll inhale, take both hands up to the sky. And then exhale, left hand down inside of the left leg. From that, you can walk it out and then reach this right arm again up in line with the ear. Try not to pull it forward or arch it back too much. And so just a nice deep side body stretch. And soften into the right side, right? We activate to arrive in the alignment and then try to drop into it. Take one more inhale. Now on that exhale, right hand's gonna drop down. Inhale, take the left hand to the outer edge of the left leg. We're gonna come to a flat back on that inhale, and then exhale, come down for a fold. And again, just softening, breathing here. And draw the toes towards the nose. Take one more breath. And then we're coming right back to stargazers opposite side. So inhale, both hands up to the sky. Again, we're going to drop this right hand alongside the hip, point left toes, kickstand right heel a little bit more underneath the body. And then just start to deepen your back bend. So shine the belly, the heart, the throat up to the sky. We're just here for one more big inhale. Now on the exhale, we're going to come down nice and slow as we arrive. Flex left toes, inhale, hands up. And then exhale, we're coming down square with the hips. So just right on forward. And just a couple breaths here. And next inhale, just walk the hands right on back in. We're going to bend both knees. Let's drop the feet to the earth. Just give yourself a little squeeze. Just be mindful of your hips here. And then from here, we're going to sweep the legs all the way around the body. Come right to all fours. And we'll warm up just a little bit more from tabletop. So once you get here, let's drop into just 2 rounds of cat-cow. Breathe in, belly down. And breathe out, belly hugs up and in. Inhale to lift the chin, gaze slightly up, and then exhale to round, gaze down towards the front. Come back to a neutral position. Let's inhale that right foot back, and then what we're going to do is bend the knees and the sole of the right foot up to the sky. Now try to hug the navel center up and in, so we're taking a little bit of an activation here as opposed to collapsing into the low back, and then just rotate into the right ankle. And to get back the other way. And flex the foot, inhale, lift that right heel, and then exhale, take the knee to the nose. Let's round and push the earth away. Inhale, lengthen right leg back. Exhale, bend the knees, sole the foot up to the sky. Let's start to reach the base of the skull back this time. Right, so just taking that gentle arch now and back. Inhale. Exhale, round it out, knee to nose. Now next in-breath, we're going to do the same thing. Lengthen back. Out-breath, bend this right knee, sole the foot up. Now you have the option to stay or reach the left hand forward this time. Squeeze the belly. Evenly distribute the weight through all 5 of your fingers, ground it into the earth. Take one more inhale. And then option to exhale, knee to the elbow. Now this time we're just going to lengthen out the back leg without a bend and exhale, hug around. One more like this, inhale. And exhale, squeeze. Let's hold it here underneath the body just for a moment. And then just drop those limbs, take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Same thing, opposite side. So let's inhale, extend this left leg back. Again, we're just going to bend the knee, send the sole of the foot up to the sky, reach it up, and then you're going to notice that natural curvature in the spine. Let's try to reduce that by activating the belly. Start to rotate into left ankle. And then just take it back. And flex now from here. We're going to create that arch in the spine, reach the base of the skull back, and open up some space. Next, exhale, knee to the nose, round it out. Inhale, send it back, lengthen, and then exhale, bend. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round it out. Just one more like this. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knee, reach it back, big breath in, and then exhale, round it out. Now from here, we're going to inhale, lengthen, send the sole of the foot up. Now option to stay or reach this right hand forward. Breathe in here. Again, evenly distributing through all 5 of these fingers, knuckles underneath the fingers, big inhale. And then option to exhale, knee to the elbow into the body. Now again, if you're doing this, let's just inhale, lengthen back leg, you don't have to bend anymore, and then exhale, round, not until you come into the body. One more inhale. And exhale, squeeze, we're gonna hold it for just a moment. And then drop those limbs right to child's pose. Let's flip the palms face up for Balasana here. And then as you arrive, full inhale. And exhale, side out, sink into your posture. And next inhale, let's walk the hands back. We're going to come into a virasana, so just sitting back on the heels. If this doesn't honor you, can come to your butt for a few moments again. And otherwise, what we're going to do is inhale, take both hands up to the sky. Let's bend at the right elbow, reach the center of the back. Left elbow comes up and over, and then just apply a little bit of pressure here. Now, option to stay nice and tall, or you can take a slight hinge to the left and just push the right set of ribs out to the side. Good, 2 breaths.
Inhale, return to center if you're hinging both hands up. And then exhale, reach both hands forward. Let's flex, clench, flex, clench. Next clench, we're going to hug the thumbs underneath and just rotate into the wrists. And then come back. And next inhale, let's reach the hands to the sky. Same thing, opposite side. Bend that left elbow, reach to the center of the spine. Right hand comes up and over. And then again, you're pausing here, or maybe you want to take a slight hinge over to the right. Right, so that left set of ribs would push over, and this right elbow would lean the opposite direction. Just stay for a breath. And then inhale back to center, both hands up. Exhale, drop the hands down. We're going to start to walk them forward, tuck the toes, pull the knees to the sky through plank pose, all the way back down dog. And pedal the legs. Let's bend one knee on the inhale. Bend the opposite knee on the exhale. And then just a couple rounds like this. And then from those little pedals, I want you to start to twist the hips. So pull the knees into it instead of just pedaling. Pedal and knock one knee to the center of your mat. And then pedal and knock the opposite knee to the center of your mat. So you should feel this in the hips, in the hamstrings. And then we'll come back to center. On the inhale, lift the tippy toes. On the exhale, roll it out to plank pose. Breathing in for plank. And breathing out, knees, chest, and chin. Let's come all the way down. Inhale, baby bhujangasana. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, push the earth away this time, hips up. Inhale, shift forward to plank pose. And exhale, right away, we'll come through another mild flow, Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale to your low cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, let's take the feet all the way forward to the top of the mat. We'll meet in Uttanasana. Now for Uttanasana today, let's interlace the fingers at the base of the skull. You're gonna allow the elbows to hang towards the front of the legs. And just hang yourself nice and heavy here. You're using that interlace to almost allow gravity to take you just a little bit deeper into a state of surrender, into a state of expansion and opening. Now from here, let's start to shimmy the feet out to mat distance apart. And let's start to rock the elbows to one knee and then to the other knee. Now we're going to come back to center. Take a moment of pause. Hold the same grip. You're going to roll around, take it up. Try to bend into the knees so you're not collapsing into the back. Now, as you arrive with the crown of the head up, let's part the elbows. Inhale. And exhale, take a lean over to the right. Right, so same side body, try not to round forward or arch it back. Just tipping down and in. So you should feel a nice deep stretch in that left armpit down the left side body. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, lean over to the left. So try to keep your hips square. We're not pushing this right hip over, right? But you're utilizing into the core. Good, inhale, come all the way back up. We're gonna reach both arms up, full wingspan, lift the chin. And then exhale, right hand down to the outer edge of the left leg, left hand up, take one big breath. Exhale, left hand down, inhale, right arm up. Same thing, just one big breath, inhale. Exhale, right hand drops down. Let's shimmy the feet back underneath the hips, and then we're gonna inhale to a flat back. And exhale, forward fold. On the inhale, let's step right foot way back, finding our lunge. And then just pause here in your lunge, fingertips down, gaze forward, send right heel back, sink the hips, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, inhale, step back, downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath in downward facing dog. And then we're gonna inhale to our tippy toes, and exhale, roll forward to plank. Breathing in for plank. And then breathing out, take a vinyasa of choice here. So if your body is now ready for chaturanga and that's in your practice, you can start to work through that. And just breathe. And 2 breaths where you are. And And then whenever you're ready, take a small bend into the knees, gaze between the hands. Either lightly float, hop yourself a couple times, or just walk your way back to the top of the mat. Inhale, root to rise. Let's come all the way up. Lift onto the tippy toes, reach high to the sky. Exhale, drop to the heels, part fold. Allow your heart to take you all the way down to your forward fold. Inhale, shine the heart forward, straighten your spine. And exhale, come right back, Uttanasana. On the next in-breath, let's step that left foot way back. So we're finding our lunge again. Sink the hips, come high to the fingertips here. Drop that left heel, sinking into the posture. Inhale. Now on the exhale, drop the hands. Inhale, step back, downward facing dog. Again, just one cycle of breath here. And then we'll move through our vinyasa. On the inhale, just come right on forward to plank this time. And exhale, take your flow. Whatever that means for you. Whatever variation, whatever it is you need. And let's say 2 to 3 breaths as you are. And then we'll come into our first round of standing posture. Now let's generate a little bit of heat here. Inhale that right foot up and back. Exhale, pull right knee towards the right elbow. You're going to windshield wiper it over to the left, back to the right, over to the left, and then to center and step the foot between the hands. Let's come right to warrior one. So baby step forward with that back foot as if you were setting up for a pyramid pose. Only going to keep a deep bend in this right knee and inhale, come all the way up. Check in that your hips are square to the front of the room, that this right knee is pulling forward over the ankle. So you should feel intensity in this back left leg, and then hands up. So really push energy into the outer edge of the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, let's cartwheel into warrior two. So small step back with the left foot. Pull this right knee up and over if you shifted. And breathe. Next, inhale, let's straighten the right leg. Take the palms to touch up and overhead. Right toes point towards the long edge of the mat. Now, exhale, we're going to fold. Take this right hand, outer edge of the left leg, left hand up. So similar to what we just did, only our legs should be parted further apart. 2 breaths this time. Hang the heavy, hang the upper, hang the head heavy, hang the upper body heavy. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, switch sides. Left hand grabs outer edge of the right leg, doesn't matter what part, and inhale this right hand up. So again, head and upper body are heavy, heavy, heavy. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, just drop the hands down. Maybe you walk them back between the legs to deepen into the hamstrings. It's going to be yogi's choice for the next couple of breaths. If you want to sway side to side, bend into the knees, drop into the hips. Then next inhale, open up, flat back. We're going to walk it over towards this right foot, pivot into our lunge, and then inhale, step back to plank pose this time. Now from plank, you're going to take your flow all the way down to the earth. So let's come right onto the chin here. We're going to reach the hands back, palms face the hips. We're going to take a back bend here. So let's inhale, just lift the top body, the hands, the arms, the chest, the chin. 2 breaths. Second exhale, bend at the elbows, pull the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes. We're coming right up and back, downward facing dog. 2 breaths in your dog. And then inhale, we're going to lift that left heel up and back. Exhale, pull left knee towards the left elbow. Take it over to the right, back to the left, over to the right, and then to center, step it between the hands. Now we're coming right back, warrior one. So that small step forward with the right foot. And inhale, take the hands up. So again, scoop the tailbone. Make sure that your feet are wide enough apart in both directions, right? If you have to pivot at all. And then hands up. And send energy out of the outer edge of that right foot. Take 2 breaths. Virabhadrasana 1. Now that second exhale, let's slice this right hand back. You're going to pivot the right foot back and just elongate your stance. Check in if the left heel is aligned with the right arch. And drop in. Next, inhale, we're going to straighten left leg. Take palms to touch. Left toe is going to point to the long edge of the mat. Then take both hands to the low back. We're going to come into a little back bend here. So just opening up. Plug the elbows to the back of the room. Move back behind you. And just breathe, soften the shoulders. Now exhale, keep the hands on the low back. You're going to come all the way down. Let's keep this left hand here. Drop the right hand directly underneath the heart. Try not to shift in the low back at all, and inhale, left hand to the sky. So this little twist is going to be slightly more intense than the last one. Keep breathing. Next, exhale, left hand drops down. Replace the right. Inhale, right hand up. Try not to shift the hips at all. So left hip is still technically pushing over to the left. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, walk it over to this back foot. We're going to, or front foot, excuse me. You're going to step into your plank. Left foot steps to meet the right. Breathing in for plank. And breathing out, you're going to take your flow just to your belly. So only the first half of the flow. And then on that second half, what we're going to do is reach the arms forward. So pinky edges drop down. Now again, same thing, just the top body is going to lift. Inhale, reach the arms up. Chin and chest, 2 breaths. Soften the shoulders. And then exhale, bend the elbows, drop the hands down. Inhale, pull up and back, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, right heel is going to float up and back. Exhale, pull right into the right elbow, and then step that foot outer edge of the hand. And let's just sink and hold it here for a nice active lizard lunge. And drop the back knee down, untuck the toes, and sink and melt for about 5 more breaths. If you have another variation of this, you can come into a different variation. Maybe you drop that right knee out. And 1 more breath here. And then what we're going to do is inhale, pull the right knee back to center if you're not already there. Exhale, walk these hands back, straighten through the right leg, right toes up. So we're coming into a modified half split. So just make sure that this right heel is still kickstand off to the right side of your mat. And then just move the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to eventually wind up in a modified tabletop. So hands stay down. Let's inhale, sweep this right foot all the way to the back wall. Drop the palms. And then we're going to inhale, reach this left hand forward. Let's come 3 more rounds of knee to elbow. So exhale, hug and round. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, squeeze it in. 1 more big inhale. And exhale, round. Now from here, we're going to inhale, lengthen out. You have the option for tiger's pose or child's pose. And so if you want to come to tigers, you can bend this right knee, send the sole of foot up like we started, and then reach this left hand back for the toes, kick the heel up into the hand. Now again, if you want to skip tigers, you can come either halfway between or drop right to child's. We're going to stay for 3 more breaths. And if you're in tiger's pose, let's inhale, extend the limbs, release the grip. Exhale, drop the limbs down, sink back, child's pose. So we're all going to meet in Balasana. And just come back to your breath, deepen your breath, expand your breath. Let's take 1 more breath in child's. And then we're coming right up and back to downward facing dog. And take a breath in your dog. If you'd like to take a flow before we make it to that other side, you can take a quick flow here. And inhale, let's lift that left heel up nice and high. Exhale, pull left knee to left elbow. And then again, we're going to anchor that left foot, outer edge of the left hand. So we're back in a nice active lizard lunge. So arms are strong, core is strong, legs are strong. We're here for a couple breaths. And if this is too much, you can always drop the back knee down right away. Right? Otherwise, let's try to stay in a yang energy for just maybe 2 more breaths here. And then we'll drop that back knee down, untuck the toes, and find whatever you need. So again, if you drew that left knee out of the way, you can take that. We've got about 5 or so breaths. And next inhale, we're going to pull that left knee back. If it's out, exhale, drop the hands. Inhale, let's walk the hands all the way back. Send left toes up. So again, we're in that modified Ardha Hanumasana, that half split. Couple deep breaths. Just allow the energy and the weight of the belly and the upper body to sort of melt down the center of your mat. And then whenever you feel ready, what we're going to do is anchor the hands. Inhale, sweep this left foot all the way back and around. Toes point down, and then once you feel anchored, right hand's going to reach forward. Now, if you'd like, we're going to come through 3 rounds of knee to elbow into the body. So exhale, crunch, engage the core. Inhale, reach down. Exhale, hug it in. 1 more big breath in, full breath out. Now on the inhale, we're going to lengthen. Option to drop right to child's. Option to just bend this back left knee. Option to come to tigers by kicking the heel into the hand, grabbing for the foot. Now again, we're here for 3 full breaths. If you decide to come out of it after 1 and find child's pose, by all means take that. Otherwise, you've got 1 more deep breath in, tiger's pose. And then we're going to inhale, release the grip, lengthen the limbs. Exhale, drop down, Balasana. So we will all meet hips to heels once more. And close the eyes. And just breathe. And next inhale, let's come back downward facing dog. If you'd like to take a flow before our next standing series, you're welcome to take a quick vinyasa here as we all make our way up and back. Now on the inhale, what we're going to do is walk the hands back to meet the feet. So we're kind of standing forward, folding back of the mat. Good. From here, let's shimmy the feet out to mat distance. You're going to kick the heels in and slowly come down and bending or hinging at the hips into your yogi squat or malasana. For our hands to heart space. And just drop in. We're here for about 5 breaths. If you have to sit on a prop, please by all means sit on a prop. The next exhale, drop the fingers down. We're going to inhale, lift the hips nice and high. Then we're going to shimmy the feet all the way to touch. Inner edges of the legs come to touch. Bend the knees, sink your seat for our hands to heart space. Twist over to the right, left elbow hooks. Parivrtta Utkatasana, your twisted chair. Next, inhale, come back center, root to rise, both hands up. Exhale, put our hands into heart space. Let's just shimmy the feet back to hip distance. Reconnect with your grounding. And then we're going to move right into a chair pose. So you have the option, we're going to start on this left leg. You have the option for your regular Vrksasana by just kickstanding heel, sole of foot to the inner thigh. If you want a little more intensity, what you can do is come into a chair tree. So you can crisscross the outer right ankle point, top of this left thigh. So almost as if you were in your eye of the needle pose on the ground, right? That we would just stay hands to heart. Now, if you have this in your practice and you want to advance further or try to advance further, what you can do is twist over to the left and try to hook this right elbow to the sole of the foot. You take your time if you're doing this, just breathe into it. Otherwise, again, just have fun in your tree, whatever it is you're in. We're here for 2 more breaths. Now, if you're twisting, let's inhale, come back center, come all the way up. We're all gonna drop this right foot down, shake it up, let it go. Good. Let's shimmy the feet back into touch, inner edges of the legs to touch. Inhale, reach the sky. Now we're gonna take palms to touch and float down, prayer hands in front of you. On the inhale, lift up flat back. And exhale, drop the hands down, bend the knees. We're gonna inhale, walk it out to plank pose. So again, the inner edges of the legs are touching. Once the shoulders are over the wrist, let's rock to side plank on the right side. And maybe you drop the right knee down, maybe you lift this left foot up, right? So figure out where it is you're happy and take that. Couple breaths. So let's say that you stay for however long you need. And then you come out of it whenever you're ready. We're going to meet in child's. Hips to heels. Reconnect with your breath here. Soften your breath. And then whenever you're ready, we're back up in downward facing dog. Once you're up in dog, let's take a quick flow and then we'll take it to the other side and just finish up our last standing series. Good. Next inhale, walk the hands all the way back to meet the feet. And take your time as you arrive, shimmy the feet out, kick the heels in. We're going to sink right back to our yogi squat, coming right to your Malasana. 5 full breaths. Open the heart, try to elongate through the torso, broaden the shoulders, and maybe use the elbows to draw the knees a little bit further away. The next exhale, fingertips down, slowly inhale, lift the hips. We're going to shimmy the feet all the way back to touch. Once they're touching, bend at the knees, prayer hands, heart space, twist over to the left, right elbow hooks. Breathe, try to part the elbows, palms to touch. One more breath. Inhale, twist back center, both hands up to the sky. Exhale, prayer hands, heart space, shimmy the feet to hip distance. Take a moment. And then we're going to anchor this right foot down and come into either your Vrksasana, your tree, by just kickstanding, taking the sole of the foot in, or again, what you can do is slightly bend into this right knee, find your eye of the needle like legs, and then sink. So half chair, half tree. And just breathe, grip the earth with the right foot. And then if you have it in your practice and you tried it out before and you want to try it here, you can start to twist over to the right. You would try to get this left elbow again to hook to the arch of the foot. We're here for 2 full breaths. Whenever you're ready, inhale, come all the way up. I'm gonna drop this left foot down, shake it out, take a breath. And then we're going to shimmy the feet back to touch, legs to touch. Inhale, hands to the sky. Now exhale, prayer hands come forward, down in front of the face, in front of the chest, in front of the legs. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, anchor the hands. Inhale, walk it out to your plank position. Now from plank, again, we'll rock right to that left side, right hand up, or drop that left knee down. Get your side plank all together if you want to. And then same thing, it's going to be yogi's choice, however long you stay. Try to even the body, try to give yourself exactly what it needs. Maybe lift that right leg to enhance. And breathe. So again, whenever you feel ready personally, you can drop back to plank and flow to child's pose. And maybe you skip your flow and come right on back.
reconnect with your breath. Begin to slow it down. Soften your jaw. And whenever you're ready, we're going to start to hop into our inversion practice. You guys know where you're going. Any inversion of choice, let's just get the feet up and above the heart. And so just taking your time here. And making sure that you take whatever it is that's going to honor you the most today. And so if you're low energy, maybe just come into legs up the wall, grab for a pillow, slide underneath the low back. You know that if you are inverting in another way other than legs up the wall, shoulder stand, headstand, anything else that you may have in your practice, you're just going to move at your own pace. Please listen to your body and don't wait for my guidance to come out of it. And make sure that you're counteracting. And so whatever pose you took, make sure that you take the pose that helps to even yourself out. Let's say within the next 5 breaths or so, we'll be coming into that counteractive posture if you're not already there. And let's say 3 more breaths, taking whatever it is that you need. And then we are going to come all the way to our backs after those 3 breaths. Now from our backs, we're going to come right to a happy baby pose. So we're going to stay here passively for about 7 to 10 breaths. So try to drop the low back in, drop the shoulders, open your heart, lift your chin slightly. And take notice if the grip of the feet or the ankles is too much for 7 to 10 breaths to then drop maybe to the backs of the thighs. Expand your heart. One more big breath here. And then we're going to slide the knees back in toward each other, bend the knees. Let's inhale, lengthen this left leg all the way down to the earth. We're going to send the right foot up. And then just anchor the hands back behind this right thigh. We're going to stay here for a couple breaths, moving into a variation of our Supta Hasta Padangusthasana. So if you have it in your practice, you can grab for the ankle, for the foot, for the big toe, if that's where you'd like to be. Otherwise, just stay with this interlace. 3 deep breaths. And now on the next inhale, engage the belly. Take this left foot up to the sky. And from here, we're going to drop the hands, palms face down next to the hips. Start to rotate the feet. You're going to start to trace a few circles here with the feet. And now you'll begin to notice that the larger you make these circles, the more you're going to feel it in the core. And if you want to enhance even more, when you come up to the sky, you can actually lift the low back and then continue through your rotation. Whenever you're ready, take it back around, opposite way. One more big circle. And then as we come to center, let's part the legs just so you can interlace behind the left thigh. And exhale, take this right heel all the way down. So we're back in that same pose that we were just in, opposite side. Now again, soften the shoulders, lift the chin, melt the muscles of the face, and just breathe. And 3 more full body breaths. And then slowly relax the grip. We're going to activate the belly. Inhale that right foot up. Exhale, palms face down next to the hips. We're going to inhale where we are. And then on the exhale, take the heels down to the earth. Doesn't matter how far you go or whatever feels good. And then inhale, float it back up. Now, again, if you want more intensity, as you float the feet up, lift the low back. And then exhale, come down. Take the heels to hover. Inhale, take it back up. And again, lift. So just move and breathe like this. Take whatever it is you need, however many rounds. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to meet in a happy baby. So you can continue moving, continue breathing. If you've had enough, come right to your Nanda Balasana. And as you do arrive, whenever it is you arrive, start to sway, start to reconnect with your energy. And we'll come back to center, squeeze the knees in towards the heart. And then take any twist over to the right so knees can stay stacked. You can extend the right leg, pull that left knee up and over, and just take your spinal twist. And next inhale, just return to center, whatever twist you took to the right. Let's take it over to the left. So again, whether your knees stay bent and stacked, or whether you extend the left leg, pull the right knee up and over. And just drop back into your breathing. And next inhale, return back to center, squeeze the knees in. And then we're going to grab for the, actually, let's anchor the feet down first. So we'll do a quick little mini flow before we come into that. So left foot's going to stay down. Let's inhale, let's right foot up to the sky. Now you have the option to stay as you are, or if you would like, you can come into little halfway bridge lifts. So on the inhale, you would push the sole of the left foot in and lift the low back, right foot to the sky. Exhale, come right back down. Now you can move and bridge, just take a couple of these. You should be nice and active in left glute, left quad, and the core. You're even using the arms to lift yourself. Let's say maybe 2 to 3 more lifts. If you're lifting, you don't have to. And then exhale, bend the right knee, plant the right foot down. Inhale and lift to bridge pose, but come into a bridge extension. So reach the fingertips back and overhead. Big inhale here. And then exhale, come down nice and slow. Arms relax with the spine. Right foot stays, inhale, left foot to the sky. Now again, you have the option to just stay here, or if you want added intensity, you can inhale, lift the low back. Exhale, come down. Just keep that right knee plugged with the hip and move and breathe. Create some nice activated right glute, right quad. Let's say maybe 2 more if we're lifting. And then exhale, come down, bend left knee, drop the left foot to the earth. We're gonna take another bridge extension. So inhale, hips up, fingertips back. One more full breath in here. And exhale, come all the way down. Now, if you have a wheel in your practice and you'd like to come into a quick wheel, you're more than welcome to take that. Otherwise, from here, we're gonna grab to the backs of the thighs, start to rock our way up to a Navasana. So if you're taking wheel, take wheel, and then you'll meet up in your Paschimottanasana, which we'll get to in a moment. So if you're rocking to Navasana, maybe 3 rocks, and then you're gonna plug the shoulders in, lift the feet, maybe reach the arms out, maybe lengthen the legs. If you wanna do those little crunches, you can inhale, hover, and then exhale, squeeze it in. Now it's going to be yogi's choice once more. Whenever you're ready, you're just going to drop the heels, inhale, hands up, and exhale, meet in your long leg fold. So again, if you're taking wheel, take your time. Eventually, let's say within the next 5 or so breaths, we're all going to be down in our long legged fold, seated. And then maybe each breath you sink a little bit deeper. Two more breaths here. And then inhale, take the hands to the sky. Exhale, we're going to take the hands back behind us. Fingertips are going to face the low back. Send them shoulder distance apart. And we're going to lift to a quick reverse plank. So on the inhale, just lift the hips, point the toes, open the heart. If this doesn't serve you, you can bend the knees, come reverse tabletop. Just lift the hips up high in line with the shoulders and breathe. Exhale, come all the way down. We'll inhale, hands back to the sky. If the knees were bent, let's elongate and exhale, come down and forward fold. Just 2 breaths this time. And then we're going to inhale, slide the hands up the legs, come all the way to your backs. Take a nice deep stretch. Once you arrive, lengthen the limbs, point the toes. And exhale, begin to set up for Shavasana. Unless there's a posture that you'd like to take that I did not teach and you want to just complete your practice, feel free to take that now. And then we're going to come all the way down and in. So you can move at your own pace this morning, walking yourself through Shavasana. Let's just try to do that same body scan that we started the practice with. So I won't be guiding you guys. You just breathe into your tension, right? Start to draw your awareness to anywhere that you're still feeling tension. Take a breath, 2, 3, 4 into that tension area. And then eventually put yourself all the way into a state of full surrender, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. Ishavana, Jani Dana. Just bring your awareness to your breathing without moving the body. Observe the breath. I'd like to share a quote by Dr. David Hawking. Love is a quality of divinity, and as such illuminates the essence and therefore the lovability of others. The relinquishing of judgmentalism greatly increases the capacity of love, as does surrendering the wanting of anything from others. Thus, people are not perceived according to what they have or do, but by appreciation for what they are or have become. And this is from the book Transcending the Levels of Consciousness, The Stairway to Enlightenment. Now, it's important that each day we begin to let go a little bit more of judgment and separation and begin to grow a little bit more in our ability to love, our ability to know the divine within ourselves and within every single being around us. And let's just start to awaken the fingers, the arms, the hands. And we're going to take our hands to our heart space. We'll seal on our backs this morning. And just take a moment here now to recognize that the energy that you hold within you, the divine, loving energy, that light that we speak about when we say namaste, is within every single being. Hidden judgment is just a place of ego, a place that keeps us separate, a place that keeps us from experiencing that divine love to the degree that we deserve to experience it. So maybe even if just for today, try to see the soul in others, the light, the divine within beings. Not their skin color, not their hair color, not the way that they dress, nothing that they drive, not their job. Release the labels and see the soul, the spirit, the unity, the love, consciousness. And recognize that we all hold that same consciousness. And that consciousness, that light, that love, that divinity within me very deeply honors, very deeply respects that same light, divinity, consciousness within you. And we'll seal here with the sound of Om if you'd like to join, breathing in. Have a beautiful rest of your Saturday. Please stay down in Shavasana as long as you'd like this morning. Namaste.